47 seconds left in the first. Pass to Walker.
3 months ago, I had a boyfriend that I met on TikTok.
Outside, Fox.
And he
Passes it to O'Neal.
I hooked him. He got onto the plane.
Here's Bryant. Here's Shaw. The kick out to Fox. And the pass to Walker.
He was hot or nervous.
Moves back up.
Just hasn't showered yet.
And it's good on the way. And the Lakers lead by 11.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Anderson outside.
Fast forward to when we go to the fair that's in town. He barked
Pippen outside. For three. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident.
And I have like a 40-year-old neighbor that I didn't even know yet. I didn't meet him yet. And he came up
and if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Randolph. That one doesn't drop. Walker with some nice D. Lakers leading by 11.
I'm going to call him anyway.
There's the lob to the hoop. Intercepted.
On the FaceTime, which is my best friend. And I add him to the
Here's
FaceTime.
Woods. Here's Randolph. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
Look at his technique, his physicality, his skill being left-handed. Randolph routinely beats up defenders down low.
Nice shot by George.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
My neighbors messaged me to ask what's going on.
Here's Anderson, and finished off by Anderson.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GM, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
When you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
George dishes to Bryant.
Window to where he's sitting at and started barking at us.
Shoots a 3.
And then he started coming fast. Coming back inside, so I ran into
Here's
the bathroom.
Walker, and they'll turn it over. He could not get off the shot before second violation. Boyes checked in for the Lakers. Woods comes in for George. Daniels is checked in for the Trailblazers. Stoudemire comes in for Anderson. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Daniels. The Lakers with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
The cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Honestly, with all this barking,
Over to the wing.
You're saying that he's barking like I actually thought that you meant that he was wolf barking.
That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Lakers leading by 12.
I get that you meant that he was getting angry at everybody. It would have been
Bryant
funnier
inside.
in my head.
He's covered by Daniels. There's the try. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Boy, you got to like what Shaw brings to the court now. He's a quality shooter from just about anywhere, and always is going to give you his best effort.
Clark, it's been interesting watching how things are unfolding early on this season.
Yeah, exactly. Some teams have come out really strong. Others are struggling to find their way. And yet, we know there's still plenty of time to go in this season.
Los Angeles has gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Fox passes to Shaw. On deep, Fisher hits it from three-point range. Fisher's got 9 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Stoudemire with the bucket.
And Stoudemire has that silky smooth jumper and gets it off so quickly.
On deep, Fisher. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 15. Dishes it to Stoudemire. Here's Woods. Here's Daniels, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for
You
one
don't
more
smell
coming
that
up.
much. It's the
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys
Like
standing
the
around
plant
spectating.
sugar,
You
the
gotta
plant,
get in there and get tough.
like the
And the Lakers making a change here.
stuff.
Help me out in the comments. You can actually consume it like separately, and you take like shots of it, or you put it in your smoothies or something, and that actually really, really helps with body odor. I have like one stinky armpit, just one. Not this one. This one, old lefty. She's a stinker. She do be stinking, but like not as much when I consume more plants, more salads. God, what is the name of it? Anyways, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Toxic ex-girlfriend did this while my dad was in a coma.
Back in 2017, my father had a heart attack and went into a coma, right? And I was just completely out of it, and this happened on a Friday. And I was dating somebody who was incredibly beautiful, as guys call him a baddie, but incredibly self-centered and toxic, but I looked past those attributes because I was just so enamored with her looks, like an idiot. Anyway, we were dating for a few months, and my dad had this heart attack, and that Friday we had plans to go somewhere. But obviously I wasn't in the right mindset, and I called her and I go, look, I know we have plans to do this and that, you're looking forward to it, but my dad's in a coma, and I'm in a really bad space right now, and more than anything, I just want to go home and rest. So I gotta be here in the morning, but I really need my woman with me. Can you be here at the house? Because I just need you right now. No, what do you mean? No, you know what? This is family business. This is a little too much drama for a Friday. What about me? What about me? You know, I've had a hard week at work. I'm stressed too. I got problems of my own that I'm going to complain about with you. No, I'm going to go to this bar and then maybe I'll go to your place afterwards. Is that fine? I said whatever. I hung up the phone and my dad recovers the next few days. He wakes up, but I notice that she's slowly distancing herself from me, and I'm asking her what's wrong. She keeps saying that, I don't know, I just need my space. You know what, just get away from me. If you're this needy and keep asking me how I feel, I would have never dated you. And eventually we broke up like a couple weeks after the fact. But it turns out that entire time she was seeing her ex. And that's what my ex did. But one of the worst things is when I needed her the most, she was already cheating on me with an ex. Which in hindsight, I'm very happy about because I would have never met my fiance that I love now, who's the greatest woman I've ever met in my life. And I'm completely blessed to have her. So, lesson here is even at your worst moments, that could be a good thing because it's leading you to something better.
O'Neal's checked in.
Period. And like, I'm sorry, but it is not needy to need your partner to be there for you when things are going wrong in your life. It is not. Especially something like you can't control. Like it's someone in your family that's sick. Like, what's the point of having a partner if they're there to give you support? Horrific. Horrific.
Offline with his three. Trailblazers trail by 13. Here's Pippen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting.
And it's actually quite common too. Like I feel like the sickness and in health thing. Like you guys weren't married, but regardless, the sickness and in health thing, you can really tell if someone is going to stick around when something bad happens. Like you get sick, they get sick. I've had friends who had a partner that got sick, and then they just were like use that as a reason to like break up.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, defense still
Or like
remains king
someone
at
else
the
gets
moment.
sick and they just like, you know, somehow it's not about them anymore and they just don't want to deal with the baggage. Here's the news flash for you, bestie.
Run and gun, up and down, fast tempo basketball will return.
Crippled at some point, and ugly and wrinkly. That includes you. The a-hole for telling my brother's girlfriend about his past dating history, which led to their breakup. Right, 19 female, told my brother's 26 male girlfriend, 26 female, about his dating history, which led to her breaking off the relationship. What'd he do? What'd he do? What past dating history? Was he into something like weird? Or like, did he date like 500 people? And his ex-girlfriend Julie, so I don't confuse anyone. My brother and I were both raised by a single dad. Mom passed away when I was young. To put it plainly, Dad is a massive sexist pig, and I could not wait to leave the family house at 18. Since I grew he always shared misogynistic views about women, and my brother believed in them. Oh no.
With the three-point shot.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts. That and certain podcasts. The most repeated BS my dad would repeat is that men are allowed to sleep around and women are not. It's funny how that generational gap, the values have like totally changed now. You would have been able to do that when you were paying all the bills and the wife was staying at home and you had the secretaries, etc. Not anymore. Even then, like, I'm pretty sure women weren't like happy about it. They just accepted it because we had no rights. Parker believes the same, and throughout his uni years, he dated and broke up with so many women, treated them horribly, purposely led them on only to break up with them, and he would boast about it to us. I feel like that's like a lot more normal when people realize it's like fun for them, you know? It's because they think that that's what gives them like, oh, you're a cool guy, you're a cool man. How young did you go, you know? Oh, she's aging out. She's in her early 30s. Go for something a little more barely legal next time. You know, the mentality. It's weird, man. It's weird. Nobody thinks you're cool. Nobody. In fact, I'd be afraid to touch you with a 10-foot pole, just saying. Chlamydia can travel rather far from what I hear. Julie on a night out 6 months ago. Up until recently, I didn't know much about her, mainly because I avoid speaking to both my brother and dad as much as I can. Julie at family function, I noticed her completely different. Complete angel. You honestly would not believe he's a sexist pig like my dad. Acts like such a gentleman, believes he's the nice guy, and is basically the ideal boyfriend. Last week, I and Dad speaking about Julie, boasting that Julie is a virgin, and he openly was talking about their sex life and how they do other stuff apart from sex, as she wants to wait until she feels like she's in a committed and meaningful relationship. Dad made a comment along the lines of no man wants land that's been completely conquered by other men, and they start laughing about it. I mean, you are the men that's conquering all the land that's making it difficult for men to conquer that land. Nice take by Julie. To me, it's not even really about, like, having multiple sexual partners before you meet your, like, new partner who you're supposed to be with. In this day and age, everybody's dated multiple people. Everybody's, you know, had a privilege with multiple people. It's how you treat others. It's how you treat those people. You either treat them like humans or you don't. And that's the part that I don't like. The treating people like they're disposable. That part. Not a fan of her. Julie again over the weekend, and we started talking about life and how my studies are going. I'm in uni and live on campus, and we started connecting as I realized she went to the same uni. We then got into the topic of my brother and said, wow, I was really lucky with him, didn't I?
More than a handful.
Yeah, totally. I didn't say anything and awkwardly laughed. She then says, I'm surprised I'm his first girlfriend. He must have dated others, right? Yeah, he did not divulge that information, did he?
There wasn't too much
feel on the inside that she's asking me this because she herself is doubtful about my brother. So I told her the honest truth about all the girls he dated and how badly he treated them. Surprisingly, she didn't make much of a reaction and just thanked me. The sad thing is, like, there's so many women that, like, can be fully aware of how a guy treats women. It's like literally staring them in the face. They're fully aware of it, and they think, oh, I'll be the one to change him. Oh, he can't be that bad. Or, you know, I want to be the one to break him, you know, like a stallion, right? Like, you just want to be the one to break him into submission. Doesn't work like that, bestie. Next day, I find out she broke up with him and blocked him on everything, and he can't reach her at all. Asked me what to say to her as he saw her talking to me, and I said the truth about his past. He called me every insulting name you can think of. Dad pretty much agrees with him. I thought you guys were, like, proud of that. If it's not something to be proud of, then why are you so mad? Why were you hiding that if it's not something to be proud of? Clearly you think it's embarrassing because you divulge that information. Suddenly it feels like I'm insulting me and saying it's not my business to get involved in someone else's relationship. Well, I mean, they could also treat people better, and then you wouldn't have to say those things. This is all a shock to me, considering it's summer break and my studies are over. I'm staying with my family at the moment. I need pressure to say sorry to Parker and admit that I was the a-hole. Did I go too far and step out of place? I mean, listen, she sounds like a good girl. I think that you just confirmed some suspicions. The thing is if she went through with the relationship, like, she would have probably found out who he was eventually. It's whether you had to be the one to tell, you know, let's see what the not the a-hole you just saved that woman so much heartache, emotional abuse, and whatever other BS your brother would pull on her throughout the years. The thing is like, if he this like misogynistic mentality. Not all men do, okay? But like, you know, the locker room talk tends to just be for show. A lot of the time it's because they want to see, they want to appear cool to other people, right? But like, if he feels that way about women, it will probably show up in other ways. Like, he's gonna expect her to do all the cleaning in the house. You know, he's gonna be controlling and say she can't wear certain things, and like, it's not in other ways, and you know, it's quite likely that if he, you know, treated all these women like that, chances are she's gonna run into a lot of these women, and they're gonna want too. And he's gonna say things like, "Oh, she's crazy, she's this crazy girl, this big crush on me." Blah blah blah.
Back to Pippen.
Taken the poor girl's virginity, then dumped her. Literally, that's was my first thought. Was that like, wow, I feel like this is just a ploy to like virgin to his list, doesn't actually care about her, is lying about who he is. Because like, realistically, if you really care about someone that much and you see a future with them, why wouldn't you tell them your problems? He probably never told you, because he was gonna. We wanted,
and here's the fast break.
She's not her. You saved an innocent here. Oh, and that's the other thing too, right? He could have seen this girl as wife material, right? He probably, you know, like didn't think of women as much, and then he found a girl who had values and, you know, kept herself for the right one, and he's like, oh, that's the one. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to change his behavior. He probably would have cheated on her. Nope, not the a-hole. Just because the bullet was shaped like your brother doesn't mean that you shouldn't have helped her dodge it. As awkward as it is, you did a good thing. I know it's hard, and like a lot of people think, oh, it's not my choice, not my relationship, not my problem, but like, I think he would have regretted not telling her. Oh, he was not thank you. I'm not sure how to handle his family situation. I have nowhere else to go during the breaks of university. I only live in campus during term time and have to return to the family home. It's awkward being here and having to deal with them trying to guilt me into apologizing. Ugh, yeah, that's tough. That's super, super tough. I don't know. I mean, you don't have to apologize. You can also just kind of tell them how you feel. But it's not like you have much of a relationship with them anyway based on what you shared. So, not too much of a loss. I wouldn't want to be around a bunch of dudes that felt that way about me anyway. You would think that like having a daughter, a sister, that would kind of change how they felt about women. It's like, wow, you're treating women like this, but would you want your own daughter, sister to be treated that way? Probably not. So why are you doing it to other women? That's somebody's daughter. That's someone's sister. Make it make sense.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player
for you. I wish more people were that brave. Last year I dated an indie musician, which was the worst decision you could make for your personal mental health. But I dated an indie musician and he dumped me, obviously. Whenever I talk about it, I'm always like, I was blindsided. I had no idea the breakup was coming. We were so happy. I think I'm finally ready to admit that that's not entirely true. He did in fact sing me a song about wanting to break up with me about 2 months before actually breaking up with me. He was like, baby, I'm gonna read this song. Hey, I'm so proud of it. I think it's gonna go by. I think it's a smash. Sits me down, he plays me the song, and the entire song is basically like, I'm in a relationship that I know could never work out. Like, the song is literally like, I'm stuck in this toxic relationship, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm playing and I'm sobbing because of the content of the song. It's like, why are you crying? I'm like, well, you wrote a song about wanting to break up with me. He was like, no, like, I don't want to break up with you. It's just like how I was feeling in the moment, so I wrote about it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, fully, like, tears streaming down my face, and she's like, but isn't it great? Isn't it going to be a smash? I was like, yeah. And then obviously 2 months later broke up with me, being like, we're in a toxic relationship that'll never work. Or just, you know, the literally song that he wrote.
Pippen kicks to
Even if I
Stoudemire.
refuse to see them. So if you are dating a musician, listen to their lyrics. Listen and really internalize the lyrics that they are choosing to write.
Pippen's got 9 points.
I think
So
this
wait,
is one of the sweet spots for Pippen.
you wrote that song about the person that you were with and then showed them without
Shaw
wanting
passes
to
to
break
Walker.
up with them? You
It's
found
Kobe
this
Bryant on the way.
Plug it. Unfortunately, it is really good.
Pass to O'Neal.
Some things to soften the blow, like, oh yeah, it's strong. Do you want to hear it? Like,
Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
This is where you let O'Neal eat. Actually feast. Feed him inside, and you'll get paid off for it.
Patterson passes to Stoudemire. Back to Patterson.
maybe it's how I'm feeling in the moment. You need a
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
stupid. It's like a trend where, like, we've seen the painting trend where, like, the couple paint each other. Paint each other, and then the shows the painting, there's always, like, not good, it looks like they're part. And then when the guys show the painting, it's just like this, like,
on the wing, Bryant. He's covered by Daniels. And that one is good. 18 points for him.
It's been all Kobe all the time tonight. What a scoring machine.
Because we do, like, makeup all the time. You know, like, we might be better at some sort of things. We do it every day. But, like, definitely food for thought, isn't it? I want to know what the pettiest thing you've ever done after a breakup is, because one time when me and my ex broke up, we were playing on the Survivor app. So I went as far as to email the Survivor app to make sure he was blocked and removed.
They get a hand on it,
and stolen by Patterson. My notes when I was reading or anything like that. Like, you gotta go. Even on the Bible app.
1:32 left here in the third quarter.
Oh my. Even on the Bible app.
Here is Daniels, guarded by Kobe.
Did you, like, get him removed? Was that enough to remove him? That you broke up? Like, what'd he do, man? What'd he do? I think Jesus was a little petty. Like, I think he would have understood in that moment.
Walker's got his fourth.
We got one more. Okay, we got one more. Am the a-hole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend after her ex's funeral.
And Walker kicks to Bryant. There's the dish to Fox. Coming off an assist
together for about 4 years. She used to be close friends with her ex. However, he tried to make a move on her while she and I were together. So she cut off their friendship. They knew each other for about 10 years. They were high school sweethearts and stayed together throughout college. They broke up because he did not want kids. He died recently. My girlfriend was invited to the funeral. While I wasn't happy, so to speak, to see my girlfriend cry about this guy, I swallowed my emotions and offered my full support. She asked me to come with her.
He's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. And some changes here for the Lakers. Johnson comes in for Walker. And Georgia subbed in for Fox. An almost entirely new group here for Portland.
To say anything then. Now, home, and she hasn't said anything about what she said.
Anderson
I'm just so close to leaving, but I don't know if she only said that out of grief.
And that's 2 points on the layup. Anderson's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah.
How about that wonderful floater he has? Showing off
really felt that way the whole time, because it doesn't sound like they broke up for anything other than she wanted kids and he didn't. So chances are that she still loved him. You can feel that way.
Easy 2 points on the
100% feel that way, but the fact that she like went up at this funeral and said this in front of you, what do you think is gonna happen?
Like, he enjoys deflating the opposition with those extra possessions.
And so it's Los Angeles holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We come back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Walker, and it's Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sinks the triple. Kobe's got 10 points here in the second half.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Anderson passes to Woods. And there's the call on Derek Fisher. That's foul number 2 for him. In terms of the future of the NBA, Clark, who's the face of the league? Is it Tim Duncan, winning MVP last season?
And I tell you what, the face of the league is an interesting debate to have. You could argue it could be Kobe. You talk about production, championship-level performance, and charisma. Kobe certainly looks the part. 3-time defending champ already. Shaq was Finals MVP. He's got a huge personality to match his huge game. I'd even throw in a high schooler, LeBron James. He brings some of those same elements that I highlighted in those other 2 guys. So Tim Duncan, production, performance, they lack the personality of the others.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Rush is checked in for the Lakers. The free throw drops for Wells.
And when Wells stays in control of his emotions, emotion. Now, he plays with a lot of energy and a bit of an edge. He's really terrific.
My contact with the school, the parents basically blew me
Rush the pass to Shaw.
Just kids being kids. The school pretended to care, but didn't do anything.
In the corner, George with it. Here is Shaw.
He always said no because he doesn't want to lose his friends. He can understand that.
The rebound by Anderson. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Wells. 2 points. That one goes.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
Lakers leading by 23. George finds Rush. Inside. Pass to Walker. Here is Shaw. In the corner, Rush with it. The shot from 20 feet away. Some solid defense from Randolph. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to Woods. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Shaw's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, George. There's talk of a new dynasty rising in the East, and a lot of people think, Greg, the Nets could be a championship team.
I mean, New Jersey's a talented squad with a young core, and they had a great run in the playoffs last year. That kind of experience is priceless.
And the Lakers making a change here. Parker's checked in.
Because I've been over the moon ever since. I don't condone violence.
And for Portland, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Stoudemire dishes to Daniels. Passes it to Patterson.
Then they should have taken it more seriously when I told them how much of a big butthole their kid is. I had my fair share of bullies as a kid.
Randolph sets a screen for Patterson. And slam dunk by Randolph.
Boy, that's where Randolph really thrives. So good at the pick and roll.
LA has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Margo the pass to Manson. Count that one. Manson's got his first basket.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
And Stoudemire getting double teamed. It's Pippen on the wing. Shoots from the baseline. A second chance effort. Randolph can't hit. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Walker the pass to Shaw. From deep, George gets it to go from beyond the arc.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Randolph in the post. Makes it off the glass. Randolph's got 6 in the quarter. Here's Pargo.
Sometimes it's the only way to solve problems.
And we're seeing more and more high schoolers coming straight to the NBA. Some wish the league would require players, Greg, to wait a few years first. Why is that?
I think the concern is talent evaluation. But if you give high schoolers an opportunity to compete at a higher level, scouts should have plenty to decide.
That one is no good. The Trailblazers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Stoudemire outside. Now the pass to Pippen. Stoudemire with the screen on Walker. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Murray's checked in for the Lakers. Shaw passes to Walker. The Trailblazers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Patterson passes to Stoudemire. Back to Patterson. Here's Pippen. On the wing, Daniels.
Our flight was at 10 a.m. Our airport is
Pippen outside.
I told my wife that we needed
And he banks in the layup.
Contact doesn't phase Pippen, still able to get that one to go.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Here is Shaw. Walker the pass to Manson. This is to George. Here's Shaw. Stoudemire grabs the miss. For Portland, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Outside Pippen. Pass to Randolph. And something we've seen the last couple of years, more and more overseas players, Greg, making their mark in the NBA.
Yeah, Dirk led the way a few years back, and having a big star like Yao Ming come into the league, the NBA might explode in overseas talent.
And we've got a lineup change here for the Lakers.
This guy is reliable and always answers the bell. Randolph's best ability is his availability.
They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Fisher. Pass to Orr. Trying to end the drought. And it's Portland with the rebound. Oh, boy, looks like he was injured there.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
We got to our terminal, and we had about 15 minutes until our plane was set to board.
The Trailblazers shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season. They'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
He hits one and misses one each at the line.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And they recover it.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass, so that'll let them work the clock even more.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Fisher outside. Scottie Pippen grabs the miss. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Portland. Down low. Sabonis kicks to Stoudemire.
Maybe she realized it was her fault and just wanted to drop it.
Now Patterson.
We're now home.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They've won this game going away. They were
So, am I the butthole?
the better basketball
He has
team.
in an edit that Jess is not his wife's biological daughter. She's her stepdaughter. OP also clarifies that...
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.
Future trips, my tickets, and she'll have those. I typically drive to the airport and leave one of those payments. She can take it. She'll have all of it if she wants to do what she wants. It's up to her totally on time and board the plane. Let her know that it was starting to feel like I needed to keep track of both of us. I phrased it in a way to make it sound like I didn't want to be controlling over her and let her manage her own time. She wasn't happy about this. The bigger issue that I didn't realize we even had until reading the comments of this post. Only Olivia is the one I never really loved the spent all my time in my room with my now soon-to-be husband. Since I'm getting married, I decided none of them are allowed to be there, since I wasn't allowed to go to their weddings. When they didn't get the invitations, they all came to my house and demanded to know why they didn't get one. I simply explained, you didn't want me in your wedding, so I don't want you in my wedding. I explained how hurt I was that I wasn't able to see